Yesterday, I was honored to host Secretary Marty Walsh to highlight our state's economic recovery and discuss our workforce needs, challenges and opportunities, including the importance of a high-quality child care and ensuring equity. Very pleased that the Secretary took me up on my invitation to come here to Rhode Island, and I believe that he saw many things that he's going to talk nationwide about in terms of our current job training strategies that are physically happening in the state. So both the Secretary and I do have certain things in common, which is we were both former mayors. And mayors do have an aptitude to get things done, and that's the way we look at things. And we're also fully committed to addressing workforce challenges and ensuring our communities come out of this pandemic stronger than they went in. The visit from Secretary Walsh was very timely because we have some good news to share on the workforce front here in Rhode Island. And I would also say that a similar conversation that I had with Secretary Walsh, I also had with both the Speaker of the House, Pelosi, as well as the President of the United States when I visited there about a week ago, talking about these important things to our state. So it's great to have a President and a Secretary of Labor, along with our Secretary of Commerce, that is so interested in really working on behalf of the families that live in our country, and in particular our focus is the families that live in the state of Rhode Island. So as we continue our economic recovery, our administration has been listening to the concerns of the business community, particularly some of our smallest businesses. Rhode Island's economy has added thousands of jobs over the past several months. We have been hearing from employers that they are having trouble finding workers and want to take action on this issue. That's why I'm excited to announce the Back to Business initiative, using up to $4.5 million remaining in the CARES Act funds. We will be awarding grants to Rhode Island businesses that they can use to help in the recruitment process, and we'll have more details on that. Both Secretary Pryor are here, along with Director Weldon, who will be available after this conference to answer any questions on the particulars of the program. These grants can be used for sign-on bonuses, referral incentives, and other recruitment activities such as job fairs or promotional materials. The program is open to Rhode Island employers with fewer than 200 employees who continue to face business interruption due to the pandemic. Grants are capped at up to $5,000 per employer. There's no single answer to this nationwide workforce challenge, but we believe that Back to Business initiative is a part of the solution, and it's a first step in working on connecting our workforce with our with the employers, the business community, the nonprofits that are in need of the workers. But we have to really take a step back here a little bit, and we got to listen to the workforce. We had close to, as I've said before, close to 45,000 people come off the unemployment, the federal unemployment. I think we're down well below, I think it's below 7,000 people that are currently on unemployment. Matt can correct me later with the real number. So we have many, many people that are treading water, as I explained, that in terms of where they're going to go and where they're going to work. And what we need to do is really listen to the individuals that are available to work, and listen to what is driving them and what's going to be their motivation in terms of getting back to work. And then we also got to get the employers to listen as well, so that we're complementing one another in this overall objective, which is to hold on to the second place in the country in terms of our economic recovery. We have a built-in capacity to increase our economic recovery as we get more and more people back into the workplace in a way that helps our economy, increases per capita income, increases family income. So the application will open at 9 a.m. on Thursday, November 4th, and will close at 4 p.m. Friday, November 12th for this program. The application and more information is available on backtobusiness.skillsforrhodeisland.com. That's backtobusiness.skillsforrhodeisland.com, and that's That's the access for more information. And of course, Director Weldon is here to answer questions. And also Secretary Pryor is supporting this effort as well. And I want to thank them both for their leadership. We are on a certain timeline here. These CARES Act dollars need to be spent by the end of this calendar year, and we fully intend to use those dollars to do our economy by connecting people who are available to work with people who need workers. That is our next step and our focus over the next several weeks to make that happen, because we know that that will increase our economic recovery substantially if we can do that. So we have some more good news on the workforce front. This week, Rhode Island was selected as one of 6 states in the nation to participate with the National Governors Association Workforce Innovation Network, in which states will deploy cross-agency teams to identify and implement strategies that advance digital skill development and more equitable economic participation. I want to thank the National Governors Association, which I am starting to get involved in, just as I did as a lieutenant governor. And I know Sabina will be working with the National Lieutenant Governors Association. We've already got her hooked in there in a good way, and representing Rhode Island and bringing back, positive things and energy and information that's going to help our state. So I want to thank the National Governors Association for recognizing that Rhode Island is a place to invest these dollars, one of 6 states in the country. So Skills for Rhode Island's Future will coordinate this project in partnership with my office, the Rhode Island Department of Labor and Training, and the Rhode Island Department of Education, the Rhode Island Office of Post-Secondary Commissioner, Rhode Island Commerce, and the Providence Public Library. And this data information is going to, again, help us address how we're going to really satisfy the workforce that is looking to re-enter the employment area, as well as understanding what, as employers, need to be thinking about in terms of making that an attractive way to speed up the process. The quicker we get at that, the more people get back to work, the better our economy is going to be for our families, and that's what we're really trying to do, is increase our per capita income in the state. Over the next 8 months, these partners will gather input from employers, community organizations, and other stakeholders to map out existing resources while studying the digital skills gaps among community members. The end result will be a policy recommendation on how we can build capacity in the near term, innovation, and long-term strategy to prepare our workforce for a post-COVID-19 economy and enhance and expand digital education programming in the state. The program is aligned with our administration's vision for closing digital equity and workforce achievement gaps by advancing digital skill development. And I'm proud that Rhode Island is being nationally recognized for our potential and our forward-thinking solutions to driving business and getting Rhode Island back to work is one of our main objectives, as I've said during this presentation, getting the more people back to work in a way that matches their skill sets and also helps the business community, the nonprofits that are looking for staff right now. I implore people to really get serious about this re-entry into the workforce, because that's, again, that's our ticket to stay in the lead in terms of economic recovery. And as we invest our federal dollars wisely, we can just continue to stay in the lead and not be that state that's first in and last out of these economic downturns. We can change that, and that's what we're working on. The opportunity will help our momentum going as we continue our economic recovery and train Rhode Islanders with the skills they need to secure better paying jobs. And my office will have details via press releases and both of these initiatives very shortly. We encourage people to take advantage of that. And as I end my comments, again, we rolled into, I think, second place on vaccination levels, over 90% of the adult population with 1 shot in the arm. We were at the dunk earlier today with one of our radio and TV personalities, Gene Valicenti, encouraging people to get vaccinated. And I think we had a lottery ticket for many of them. I hope that somebody actually cashed in on that. I was told that they will have to pay taxes if they get the $5,000 win off any of those tickets. But still, they're going to be very encouraged to do that. that's just another reflection of all the people in the state of Rhode Island, whether they have a public voice. John Hazen White was also a contributor in terms of buying the lottery tickets that we use there. But to me, it's not about the lottery tickets. It's about continuing the messaging that high vaccination rates create less hospitalization rates. Last week we were the lowest death rate in the entire country. In March we were virtually the highest death rate and the highest infection rate. Today we reversed that, and what we were talking about today is getting people reconnected into the workforce, earning a living, and contributing to the overall the state and the local communities in a really positive way. And the reason that we're sitting here is because of the high vaccination rates that has put us in that position. So let's take advantage of it. Let's take advantage of it, and let's make sure that we get people back to work as quickly as we can, but understanding what is the reason why people are somewhat delayed in that activity. Once we kind of get to that, we'll have a better understanding how to actually make it happen.